and misses, but there's Radman, and he's fouled, and he'll shoot 2. Golden State had 6 offensive rebounds in the first half. Detroit had 16. And in the overall rebounds, 30-16 was the Detroit edge.
There's 2 areas in which they hurt the Warriors: offensive rebounds, and then the great shooting of Joe Dumars in the second period of play. And that'll enable them to get 70 points in the first half. And they did it without doing a lot of running. Most of the times, running teams put up those kinds of numbers. Rodman, this has been the one place where he has really struggled throughout his NBA career. He comes away with 1 of 2.
Detroit has won 2 of their last 3, 8 of their last 10, 12 of their last 15. So they've been rolling right along. Hardaway heads toward the hoop, finds Richmond up top. He penetrates. Great block by Rodman. 8 on the shot clock. That's a 2-point basket for Richmond. Oh, they're going to call it a 3-point basket. So it's a 10-point game with 10:52 left. He's now 2 out of 9 from the field. Edwards up top against Bob. Fades, fires, got it. Edwards has really been a godsend to this team. He was a great pickup for them. Good look by Hardaway, and an easy layup for Mullen as the result.
Whenever
10:29 left.
Excuse me, Skip, but whenever they've been able to open up the middle, pull the center out, distract whoever has been playing in the middle, they've been able to get an easy opportunity. The Warriors will have to do more of that.
10:15 left, third quarter. Isaiah up top. Vinnie Johnson. Dumars lets her rip. Yet another offensive rebound. That's the story of the game, to my way of thinking. 11 rebounds for Dennis Rodman.
Edwards looking to go inside against Blop, knowing that he can go either way, faking across the middle, spins back toward the baseline, draws a 4th personal against Blop. You can see he's setting him up right here to come back the other way. Blop had given him too much of the baseline. Edwards back at the line. Now, you know, in that second period of play, Chris Mullin had 17 points in the period, and it just got obscured by the great offense of Joe Dumars.
Edwards tries again, 76-65. Vinny. And Blop gets the rebound. Hardaway penetrates, lays it in, and it looks like they're intent on driving to the hoop in this second half and furthering the foul line woes of the Pistons. 9.5 minutes left in the third.
Well, they still have contact. They're only down by 9, so if they can stay within this and get some foul problems, as Dumars is cooled now.
Foul will be on Dumars.
They will have a chance to crawl back in the game. We've seen them do it before. When the Pistons suddenly pulled away, they were able to sneak back in, and then it was Dumars that pushed them right at the end.
Blop against Edwards. Mullen against Rodman. Off-balance jump shot. Almost got the roll. Edwards lost it. Oh, they're going to give the ball to Detroit. Isaiah Thomas brings it up. 9 minutes left, third quarter. Detroit just 1 out of 5 in this quarter, and Isaiah doesn't improve that step. He has only 2 hoops tonight. Mullen for 3 from Hardaway, and he got it. Chris, very quietly, has 26 points, and suddenly it's a 6-point game. They go to Edwards again. Fake, lost, flop, made the basket.
For the Pistons, it's a game of concentration, and they've got to maintain their concentration and authority out on the floor. And if you allow a team that can score like the Warriors to stay in a ball game, you can eventually lose control, because this team can score from a lot of places with the small lineup.
Dumars not too thrilled by that call by Bennett Salvatore. Tom Tolbert back into the game. And Blop goes out.
Teagle, who had 12 in that first period, yet to shoot, misses his first opportunity here in the third.
Rodman, yet another rebound. His 12th. 7 of them off the offensive board. Vinny threw up a prayer and got an answer. 80-70, 7:42 left. We're in the third quarter from Detroit. Mullen gets a pick. Isaiah tries to play it. Mullins simply lost the ball, and it goes back to Detroit. They led by 14 at the half. They lead by 10 now with the ball. Chuck Daly with play instructions.
Well, they're going to come back to James Edwards against Tom Tolbert. If the Warriors are going to have any success against Edwards, they've got to double team him, force him to give the ball up. But then what are your options? You're forcing the strength of their attack to score the ball, and that's the guards, and they've got all 3 of them out on the floor.
That'll be on Vinnie Johnson prior to the shot. Edwards had 8 points in the first half. He has 7 already in less than 5 minutes of this quarter, and 15 on the night. Richmond with the inbounds pass. A 3 is short. There's another rebound for Dennis Rodman. Isaiah Thomas off the glass, won't go. Rodman with another rebound. No foul. Isaiah Thomas with the ball. Dumars, great move. Great move. 14-point lead again.
The value of Rodman very evident there, starting with the defensive end and then keeping the ball alive. Mullen gets it back and gets 2.
Detroit calls a 20-second timeout here with 6:28 left in the third quarter. Now it's going to be a full timeout. Wonder why they said it was going to be a 20. 84-72 the score. Television rules the world.
NBA Friday on TNT. The Golden State Warriors versus the Detroit Pistons is brought to you by Honda, who invites you to test drive the new Accord. You have to drive it to believe it. And by Royal Caribbean. A Royal Caribbean cruise is lots of different vacations in one. Royal Caribbean. It's all here.
Well, Detroit took what they thought was going to be a 20 because Dennis Rodman was injured. Let's look and see what happened to him.
Well, Rodman happened to be in the right spot to get the rebound, but in the wrong spot for Joe Dumars as his hand whacked him right across the eyes. Rodman is okay in terms of not being cut, but that's going to get Mark McGuire back in the ball game.
And Mike Abdenauer works with Rodman on the Detroit bench. Marshall Lunas back into the game for Golden State. 6:20 left, third quarter. Deflected away and out of bounds by Richmond. 14 on the shot clock. 84-72 our score.
Now, how can the Warriors get back in the game? They've got to have pressure on the ball, particularly at the point of attack. They can't let a guy with the vision of Isaiah Thomas just pinpoint the pass. You see how far off Richmond is, daring him to shoot. They want to get inside to James Edwards.
He misses, and Mullen with a rebound, knocked away, out of bounds. Golden State gets it. 6 minutes left, third quarter.
Now, Tolbert, on the other hand, has an advantage against James Edwards, and he should try to take the ball to the basket whenever he can. They come back to Marshall Lunas, who likes to go inside with travel.
So the ball goes back to the Pistons. 5:47 left, third quarter.
Every player and every team has a different personality. You're looking at one of the most gifted guys to play the game in Isaiah Thomas, and as long as his team is ahead, he will really be reluctant to do anything but just pass the ball and keep people involved. Get McGuire an easy 2.
An easy layup from Thomas. 86-72. That 14-point lead matches their biggest of the night. Richmond takes care of that. Hardaway got him the ball in good shape. Isaiah with 11 assists, though he hasn't scored much tonight. 5:10 left third quarter.
Well, Isaiah's taken something like 4 or 5 shots tonight. You're not going to score big unless you hit them all. Again, a mismatch. Marciulionis against Aguirre. 5 on the shot clock. They're going to get a foul.
It's on Marciulionis. That's a loose. Well, let's see here. With the foul, the shot clock cycles back to 24. And Dumars will inbound.
Nelson's probably thinking, I didn't want to get that 600 win on the road anyway. I probably want to do it back at home.
Vinny. Well, Golden State's in the middle of one of those fun times in the NBA. 5 games on the road in 7 days. Hardaway. Good move, but he missed the shot. Tolbert lost it out of bounds, and Detroit gets it back. And they can build their biggest lead of the night. It's 88-74.
Well, Nelson keeps trying different combination. Winston Garland, who has not played tonight, will get his first taste of action on the next dead ball as Isaiah Thomas again trying to look inside for Aguirre.
7 on the shot clock. Detroit intent on winning it a bit. 3, 2. Isaiah for 3, got none. The rebound deflects to Marciulionis. Right down the middle, dishes it off. Hardaway did a good job to control it to Mullen. Nicely done.
9 in the period for Mullen, but the score stays just about the same, a 12-point advantage for the Pistons. And the Pistons have tried to go inside to Aguirre or James Edwards. Thomas loses the ball.
But gets it back, and Dumars, another 3. 28 for Dumars at the other end. Sarunas Marciulionis gets it right back. 91-78, 3:33 left, third quarter. Finally missed one. He's 4 out of 5 on 3-point attempts. Hardaway in a hurry finds Mullen again. This time partially blocked. Late whistle and a foul.
Well, Dumars must have found out what Michael Jordan found yesterday, 7 3-pointers against the same Warrior team, so he's on track.
Let's see if there's anything juicy on the Wendy's NBA scoreboard tonight. Boston clings to the lead at home. Chip Carey's Orlando Magic beating New Jersey. Philadelphia clings to that lead over Miami. Atlanta trying to bounce back. Michael Jordan had a tough first half in that game, and Dallas leads the Knicks. Cleveland, San Antonio having a good one. Mullen makes the first. He now has 31 points. And he's 12 of 12 at the foul line. Sally into the game. Gerald Henderson checks in. Lane Beer checks in. All for Detroit. Henderson heads up the floor. Sally draws the foul from Higgins. Dumars with a little behind the back magic.
You know, you always talk about ball movement, but it's only effective when you can get the ball to a guy where he can do something with it, and that wraparound pass by Dumars gets the ball right to John Sally at the heart of the basket, draws a foul, he'll be on the line.
Hey, you know, things are nice in Detroit. They've actually put this table where you can see the game. If we could get you to get to the arena without getting lost, could be. How can you miss the press box? 92-80 the score. (93-80). 3 minutes left, third quarter. Winston Garland out of Southwest Missouri State down in Springfield, Missouri. Marciulionis from further away than that. And he misses. Rebound, Sally. Henderson heads up the floor. Sally has his 6th rebound and limited playing time. This play is called Washington by Chuck Daly.
And now one guy out there is Washington. Dumars misses. Got to be a play as they take him from the Bullets.
Rod Higgins on the baseline from Teagle. Golden State keeps hanging around here. It's 93-82, 2:12 left, third quarter.
They have been hanging around, but they haven't had any control of the game, and that's really the key. If you don't control any part of the game, it's very difficult to win it. We have a timeout.
And we'll be back right after this timeout. And that's with Bob Neal and Doug Collins. There's John McLeod, the former coach, several stops, most recently at Dallas, who got this job when Dick Motta, he's now one of the TV announcers for the Pistons, when Dick Motta took the Sacramento job that John was also in line for. It gets confusing.
2 minutes.
That's an offensive foul on Aguirre. He hooked him with the off arm. Very obviously, we enter the 2-minute period with the Pistons up by 11. 4 fouls on Aguirre. And no argument about that one.
Well,
Winston Garland up the floor.
Aguirre wants some of the cheap points that are there to be had, and he knows if he can get himself in a good post-up position, he'll do it. Higgins on the drive. Got hammered real good by Lambier, but he doesn't get the foul.
Which in itself is somewhat unusual. And the Warriors inbound on the end line.
Mullen has carried the attack, and they have got to score the ball, and then they've got to be able to stop these Pistons, and they haven't found a way to do that so far tonight.
Sally tips it back to Henderson, back to Sally. They play a little 2-man game. Sally into the lane, and he'll go to the line. Don Nelson still wears those basketball shoes when he coaches. Sort of a contrast in sartorial style here tonight between Nelly and Chuck. Long, tall Sally to the foul line.
Well, Sally realizes he has an advantage at the other end, and he's trying to exploit it every time he can. And he's asking for the ball in the box, and if he doesn't get it, he puts it down on the floor and goes by his opponent. Dumars goes down. Isaiah Thomas comes back in.
Dumars 4 out of 5 on three-point shooting tonight, 15 out of 28 on the year, 53%, and that vaults him to the lead in the NBA, at least as of now. 95-82, a minute 24 left. The Big E, Elvin Lindblad, keeping us up to date on all the stats. We appreciate it. Hardaway lays it up and in.
Now Hardaway's done a great job of taking the ball to the basket here in the third period. He's created some chances for himself and his teammates, and again, the Warriors move back to 11.
He has 8 points, 9 assists on the night. Aguirre against Rod Higgins. Backs in, gets a double team, misses the shot, goes to the line for 2. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. New York and the Lakers Tuesday night. Bob Neal, Doug Collins, 8 o'clock here on TNT.
That conversation that just took place between the buddies, Isaiah Thomas and Mark Aguirre, was how do you want to score? You just tell me where you want the ball, and I'll get it to you. And Aguirre is trying to get himself on track here in this third period.
Marcialonis in, Mullen out. 96-84 our score.
Well, you hear the instructions of Daly. They're all about defense, and Marcialonis comes back in the game talking about isolation. He's going to take it to the hoop, so they're going to try to make it difficult for him to get to the basket.
12-point game in the final minute of the quarter. Tim Hardaway out of Texas El Paso. They clear the zone for Marcialonis to go one-on-one. He shoots the jumper. Rebound Henderson off to Sally, now to Isaiah.
Well, Isaiah tells him to post up. You've got Tim Hardaway on you. Good pass to Sally.
By Aguirre, and an easy basket to result. 14-point lead again, and the final shot will be played for by the Warriors. 15 on the shot clock.
You would think that Daly was down 14. He's over there yelling and screaming, watch the three, get out there defensively. Teagle trying to score with 6 on the shot clock.
3 as Teagle fires and misses. Oh, Marciulionis almost stole it. A prayer by Henderson is too late. Not a bad shot. At the end of 3, it's still a 14-point game. Pistons 98, Warriors 84. Both teams, or each team, scored 26 points in the third quarter, and it's 98-84 as we go to the final 12 minutes of regulation. Boy, he's had some night. He's a great kid, too. He's a nice young man.
Well, Dumars has grown in stature amongst his teammates. They know that he's an important part of their success. The guy that really wasn't feeling good tonight but came out and played anyway, gave a strong performance. We may not see him again tonight as Henderson has come out on the floor.
Yes, 28 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Sally left her short. And the rebound touched last by Rodman, they say. Golden State gets it. Final quarter is underway. Steve Jones, Skip Carey with.
Teagle did a great job of taking the big guys to the basket in the first half, has not done so here in the second. Should look to try to exploit that. Richmond, who's struggled tonight, can't get it going.
The struggle continues, and the ball goes to Detroit. 11:26 left in regulation.
The key to offensive success is not only having the ability to score, but finding the easiest place to score it. The Pistons have done the better job of it tonight. Isaiah Thomas gives a screen and an easy 2.
16-point lead, biggest for the night. No, we should have done it earlier, but congratulations to our colleague Paul Ryden on winning a coveted Ace Award about a week ago. Paul does a great job of feature reporting. Isaiah does a great job of getting himself a basket. 102-84. Garland sort of out of control now. The Warriors are getting sort of raggedy.
Well,
Richmond.
The problem for the Warriors is that they've had really a tough time identifying where they want to score. Turnover will get them another opportunity. Richmond, their second leading scorer, has been taking tough shots all night long, and nobody else, other than Mullen, has really been consistent. After a great start by Teagle, it's been sporadic for them in between.
Teagle has 17, and he has not scored in the second half, and he had 12 of those points in quarter number 1. Henderson, Lane Beer shoots the jump, drills. These guys have an awful lot of weapons. If one guy's not doing it, they can switch to somebody else. And if their offense doesn't do it, they beat you with their defense.
And they feel very confident about their game. John Sally gives a real good shot to Marciulionis right here.
Bennett Salvatore tried to call an offensive foul and then realized he was wrong and calls it on John Sally. Well, it's better to get it right. 4th foul on Sally, but it's close to the point where it's academic. John Shasky into the game for the Warriors. Winston Garland pops it home from outside. Where was Shasky last year? Miami, wasn't he?
Shasky was at Miami. Winston Garland was part of that team that played so well. He was the guy that was driving the car and distributing it. He's kind of the lost man this year as he has taken a back seat to the rookie, Tim Hardaway.
Sally against Teagle.
Sally again realizing he's got a size advantage, takes his time, comes across the middle, spins baselines, got 2 more. Sally's got 16.
The Warriors have given up a whistle and a foul. The Warriors have given up 130 or more points in their last 6 games. Gerald Henderson calls for this foul.
They don't mind giving up points as long as they're scoring, and they can go for 40 points in a period, but out on the road they just have not been able to shoot the ball consistently well. We've seen their small size be exploited tonight by the dominance on the board by the Pistons.
Teagle has his first points of the second half. He now has 19. 106-90, less than 9 minutes left. Henderson. Rodman. Sally kept it alive, but Shasky tips it to Teagle. Marciulionis and a foul. Two-shot opportunity for the kid from Lithuania. Boston hung on to beat the Pacers at home. Orlando over the Nets. Philadelphia beat Miami again. And Chicago trying to come back. When Jordan is 1 for 10 in the first half, and you're the opposition, you get a little shaky because he can explode.
And that is a very low-scoring game between two explosive teams, but the Hawks have been hurting here of late. We'll see how that final ends up.
Isaiah Thomas attracts a double team, finds Rodman, but he can't buy it. 106-91. Garland up the floor. He's done a good job for these guys. And he keeps it up. Garland now has 6 all in the quarter. It's a 13-point game again with a lot of time left. 8:10 remaining.
Well, the Pistons, whenever they've gotten in trouble, have just slowed the game down, established some sort of inside attack. They've used 3 guys, John Sally, James Edwards, or Mark Aguirre, to get that opportunity. They come back to Sally, who's loving it tonight. Maybe that bill is due because he has been scoring.
$20,000 a month utility bill? Holy smoke. I know it gets cold here, but get yourself a bunch of blankets. Sally makes the first, tries again.
Well, he's got a lot of fireplaces in there, too, so they got a few cords of wood as well.
.108.93 with 8 minutes left.
Rodman is the guy that gives all of the very good offensive players a lot of trouble, and he's handcuffed Chris Mullin in the past, but Mullin has not seen much of Rodman tonight. He's got plus 30.
Away from the ball, a foul on Gerald Henderson. Here's what happened.
Well, even for the little guys, when you come in the paint, life is not going to be easy. It's a war between Henderson and Marciulionis, and the call goes against Gerald Henderson. Trying to post up. Now, this is not a position that Marciulionis really is accustomed to, but they get him the ball, gets it in.
He almost walked, but he got the hoop.
He likes to turn and face, put the ball on the floor, take it to the basket. So playing with his back to the basket is totally foreign to him. Rodman.
Well, great pass. That'll break your heart when you're trying to come back. You work and work, get a basket, and 5 seconds later they shoot an easy layup. Marciulionis.
Now we know why he likes to take it to the basket so much. He's had problems from the perimeter. Sally and Rodman.
Henderson, Lane Beer.
You see, you know it's a pretty easy game for the Pistons because they're turning down shots. And when Sally begins to dance on you like that and then make passes to Rodman, you know they feel that they have full control.
Mullin, you can't buy it. Marciulionis, good job for the rebound. That won't go for him either. There's Sally with another rebound, knocked away. Out of bounds, still belongs to Detroit. Timeout will be called here with 6:35 left in the game. And the Pistons appear to be cruising. They lead by 17.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for...
There's the score, and there's the time, and now it's time for the Minute Maid Minute.
Well, you see what's happened here is Joe Dumars dominated the basketball game, and they also dominated the boards. And anytime you can do that, you come up with a win. Their benches played big tonight. It has been very difficult for the Golden State Warriors to control any facets of the ball game.
That's the Minute Maid Minute, and now we're back to play. Tonight's Minute Maid Minute was only 31 seconds, but that's the way it goes. Isaiah Thomas up top. Sally has 18, by the way, a new season tie.
Shot clock went down to 2 before Thomas let it go. The Warriors rebound. It's what they wanted to do at the start of the game, was push it. They have not had any success in getting a fast break and transition game tonight.
I don't know if Sally got a piece of that or not. He may have. The shot was way short. Less than 6 minutes remaining. And the Pistons are rolling right along here. Dennis Rodman has 17 boards. That's a season high for him.
Well, they're looking for John Sally or Bill Laimbeer against a smaller player. Laimbeer pulls the trigger from outside.
Mullen heads the other way. Boy, he plays a lot of minutes for this team. 5.5 remaining.
Well, when he signed that contract, part of it was he would never get a chance to rest.
Richmond gets the hoop.
Richmond from Winston, Janv.
There's the score. There's the time remaining. Winston Garland off to Tom Tolbert, lays it up short, and a foul.
Fans all over Isaiah Thomas because he's controlling the game out there, tossing it around, and they wanted him to pass the ball, but they didn't want that last.
Here, Steve, help yourself. Tolbert to the line. Makes the first and tries again. Out of nowhere, a bunch of sandwiches have arrived here. I don't know quite what that means. 112.99 with 5 minutes left.
Well, they thought maybe we'd lost interest in the game.
A lot of the folks are heading for home here. There's Steve Sandwich. The tension is really building here. Isaiah with the inbounds pass. 4:52 left in the game.
Well, it's a game that's been hard for the Pistons and Isaiah Thomas to really maintain concentration. They've been working against the clock here the last couple of possessions. Sally misses, Rodman tips it in.
Those two guys are tough. 114.99. Richmond gets it. 114-101. .425 remaining. For Sally, yes, sir. Boy, they're carving them up now.
Sally trying to draw a foul, or Richmond will try to continue on. He gets a score. Now Richmond's starting to get some numbers here, but they're kind of meaningless because they haven't had any control, and they have been trying to play catch-up all night long.
Too little, too late. Fred Hickman follows the game with his fine program inside the NBA. Isaiah. Nope. Laimbeer kept it alive. Henderson. Isaiah gets another chance. Nope. Laimbeer keeps it alive. Really, that's the story of the game, has been the dominance of the glass by Detroit. Whoops. That'll make somebody's highlight film. Marciulionis to the line. Rodman got him. 3.5 minutes. 3:33 to be precise. Remaining in the game.
Isaiah Thomas will sit down. Benny Johnson comes back in the ball game.
Boy, Dumars is really hurting over on the bench. He's a sick kid, but what a second quarter he had. 23 points. Most points ever scored in a second quarter by a Detroit player.
Play smart.
116-105, so Golden State still hanging around. Henderson walks it up the floor.
Even though they're hanging around at this point, it would take a miracle for them to win this ball game. A total breakdown by the Pistons, and you know Daly's not going to let that happen. Sally's having himself a good time out there tonight. Throws that one away.
They best be careful. They're letting them back in. Mullen gets the hoop. Chuck Daly is on his feet.
Well, he's on his feet. You know, he's telling, okay, guys, we're going to have a talk about this. Take a timeout and let's finish this game in style.
2:59 left in the game. It's 116-107. It may be his 22nd timeout. We'll wait and see. About half the folks have headed for home here in the Palace. 21,450 for the 69th consecutive sellout here. They've almost filled it up to watch TV of the playoffs. Now it's going to be a full timeout. We'll be back right after this. Your Honda leaders, and Steve, that's what the good teams do. You got to whoop up at home because it gets lonesome out on the road.
Well, and it has gotten to be much tougher to win out on the road. The Golden State Warriors really typify that. A team that's done pretty good at home, 14-5, and yet they've only won a couple of times out. You see the banner, the defending champion Detroit Pistons. That banner, that's going to be an antique. The bad boys, well, they say they're gone, but we'll see how they play as they try to defend that championship.
They haven't won this game yet. 116-107. And here we go. Lane Bear with the inbounds. Back it comes to Rodman. 12 on the shot clock as Sally handles it. 2:50 in the game. Vinny. Here come the Warriors again. Tolbert for three. Didn't get any. I bet he wishes he had that shot back. Gerald Henderson up the floor with 2.5 minutes.
Well, Nelson wishes he had that shot back. Tolbert probably thinks he can make it if he gets it back. He doesn't want him to shoot another one of those inside the Sally.
And a two-shot opportunity. A heck of a block in there, but a foul as well.
Warriors foul on number 23, Richmond.
The block was by Tolbert. The foul was by Mitch Richmond, as Benny Johnson did a nice job of feeding Sally, who's done a great job tonight of maintaining position with his size, getting himself in an easy position to score. Matter of fact, he's made almost all of his free throws, huh?
You just jinxed him, and he'll try one more.
10 for 11.
He had made them all.
Well, you know, he's never had a night where he's made all of his free throws, so we got to get him back to normal.
117-107. Hardaway up the floor. Tolbert against Lane Beer. They backdoor. Marciulionis comes up with it. Has it blocked away. Vinny Johnson the rebound. Two minutes left.
They get a two-man play between Vinny Johnson and Bill Laimbeer. Vinny doesn't want to use the screen and doesn't. They end up turning the ball over.
They got to get him cooking. Detroit does. It counts and a foul. Rodman the foul. Here come Dumars and Isaiah. So Daly can't rest them as he wanted to do.
Well, he could. I'm not sure that gives you that great feeling of confidence. If you're one of those guys with 1:47 to go, you've got an 8-point advantage. That means you only have to maintain the ball for about 3 or 4 more possessions, and you've got the game won.
But if you let it get away. I don't know what Hugh Evans is talking about across the way.
The Warriors wanted a 3-point field goal plus.
And they did. They got it.
The free throw,
it's a 4-point play. And suddenly it's only a 2-possession difference. 117-111. I didn't think he was in 3-point country, but I guess he was. Isaiah heads into the lane, draws the foul, misses the shot, goes to the line, and that's just what they want.
Well, for the Warriors, they need to stop the clock as many different ways as they can. That is going to be their ally in this situation. James Edwards comes back in the ball game. Bill Laimbeer sits down.
Last 3 minutes, the Warriors have outscored the Pistons 10-4. So it's Edwards, Rodman, Thomas, Dumars, and Sally out there for Detroit. Against Tolbert, Mullen, Richmond, Marciulionis, and Hardaway.
Isaiah has really been content to really pass the ball around tonight. Scored 4 points in the first period. He's got 6 for a total of 10 tonight. Tolbert should try to go inside. He pulls the trigger for 3 again.
And was closer, but no cigar. 119, 111, 1:15 left. You see the time remaining.
Edwards going against Mullen. They're both grinning. You know what's going to happen. They're going to drop the ball inside.
5 on the shot clock. Whoops. Richmond, good move. Got the hoop. Again, it's a 6-point game with 55 seconds left.
Well, to their credit, the Warriors have not stopped trying. The Pistons have basically felt that this game is put away. Now they've just got to take care of the basketball.
10 seconds on the shot clock. You see the time remaining in the game. They milk it. Dumars wants to get a foul. 3 on the shot clock, and he gets what he wants. And Don Nelson erupts on the Warriors bench. Marciulionis, the foul.
Well, he plays a physical game, and he's taking a beating here tonight. The Pistons have laid their body on him on both ends of the floor. Dumars, who didn't really want to come back in the game, goes to the free throw line.
First time tonight he's been at the line.
Well, if you can get 28 points and never go to the free throw line, I guess you don't need the free throws.
That about does it. 121-13. 33.5 seconds left. Inside the NBA follows our game. Fred Hickman will have that one for you. Dumars makes them both. Timeout called by the Warriors. 121-113. 33.5 seconds remaining. And not much time left. There's Mike Abdenor, the trainer of the Pistons. And his brother Tom is the trainer for Golden State. There's Tom, the only brother act in NBA history among trainers.
Well, the Warriors trying to score quickly. They come back out to Mullen for 3.
And he gets it. So it's still interesting here. 121-116. Dumars double team. Well, he's about to be triple team.
The Pistons have not scored a field goal since 4:18, so they had that nice cushion, and they've used just about all of it up. They'll go back to the free throw line, but it's hard, and you can understand the anguish that a coach would go through in a game like this, in which his team has had dominance in almost all phases of the game, and they get in an area where they feel they have the game won, but the time is still up there and they're going through the motion, and suddenly the opponent starts making baskets like the Warriors have. Thomas misses.
So now, even if he makes this one, 2 possessions, 2 3-pointers could tie it. The chances are slim, but crazier things have happened in this league.
Well, the Pistons, when they get possession, they just want to hold the ball. Thomas misses both of the free throw.
Now they're a 3-pointer away from making it a 2-point game. Strange things happen in this league, and now the Pistons still have a great advantage, no doubt about it, but they don't have their home court advantage anymore because there's virtually nobody left.
Well, everyone's gone home here feeling that at the end of 3, this game was really in the oven, and it still is. With the next possession, the Pistons will try to hold the ball. They'll be looking to get a foul, and of course, the Warriors will be hoping for the same kind of results they just had. A quick score, probably a 3, which would cut it to 2 and then come back and foul somebody.
Inside the NBA is next on TNT with Fred Hickman and more NBA activity on Tuesday night. The Lakers and Knicks. Bob Neal, Doug Collins, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Who do we have next Friday?
Golden State Warriors and the Seattle Supersonics.
Oh, yeah? At what time? Is that an 8 o'clock game, too? Our staff a little slow on the trigger, but it is Seattle at Golden State. At 8 o'clock game. There's an old friend of mine, Hubie Brown, now the analyst for CBS. They'll have the game here Sunday when the Lakers come to call.
Well, Mullen's had a great shooting night. He's 4 of 4 from 3-point range. Dumars is all of the 3-point shooting for the Detroit Pistons tonight. They are 4 of 8. The Warriors are 7 of 13 as a team.
Mullen with 37 points in this game. He's sort of been outshadowed because his team hasn't led since the early minutes of the game.
Would you say that's good? defense or no offense by the Detroit Pistons in the last 3:57. They have not scored a field goal.
I think it's been mostly a lack of offense, to be honest with you. But you got to give the Warriors credit. It would have been easy to fold their tents in this game. They're only 2-15 on the road, and Detroit's 16-2 at home. Tolbert.
They want a quick score. They get the score on the drive.
Timeout is called by Detroit, and now it's 121-118, 16.8 left. We'll be back. Let's cut the game to 3.
Well, with 21 seconds, what you're thinking about is getting to score as quickly as you possibly can. Tolbert, realizing he's got an isolated situation against James Edwards, goes hard to the hoop and gets 2. He thought he got fouled, but
I did too.
Now the Pistons will come back. They want to make sure that they use all of the time that they can and air this game out. They have lost control of the game, but they do have the advantage on the scoreboard. As you can see, they've been outscored 17-5 in the last 4:02.
They led by 14 after 3 quarters and by 16 with about 5 minutes left.
Golden State, Don Nelson really doing some thinking and coaching over here. 20-second timeout by them as they try to plot a way to turn the ball over.
So the wheels are really spinning here with just under 17 seconds left, and I know that Chuck Daly and his staff, even if they hang on and win this game, are really going to be upset, because when you're at home and you've got a team buried, boy, you've got to finish them off, and they haven't done that.
Well, it's been the kind of game where it seemed like everything was going to come so easily for the Pistons that they really lost concentration and lost control of the ball game. And now they want to get out of here, and they'll be thankful that they weren't playing a team that really woke up a little bit sooner.
If they get out of here. They get it into Lane Beer. They want to foul him, and finally do. With 14 seconds left.
Well, Lambier wanted to get fouled, and he was not thinking about passing the ball. He's an excellent free thrower, and he'll go to the line. What they want, of course, is at least one of the free throws, possibly both of them, which would give them, again, that 5-point advantage. 14 seconds left in the game.
Bill has 8 points, 2 of 2 from the foul line. He has 11 rebounds on the night. He needs 1 here for Detroit. There it is. Now it's a 2-possession game again. Rodman in, Edwards out.
Number 53 is Edwards.
122, 118, 14 seconds left. .123, 118, timeout Golden State. And we'll be back right after this. League. It was a sellout crowd when it started. Chicago came from off the deck to hand Atlanta yet another loss. The Bulls are for real, and the Hawks are struggling.
The Hawks have dropped their last 6, and it has been a tough time for them.
I don't know if is it 6 in a row they've lost? I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Silly of me to doubt your word. Here we go. Well, that's that. Not a bad idea. They were trying to pop a 3 up in a hurry.
Well, they'll come back with their own pressure, hope that they can turn the ball over. And again, all the Pistons want to do is get possession of the ball, run the clock out.
And there's the foul.
Right. And you can tell who's the guy that wants to shoot the free throws. Lambier was just enough late to get fouled before he made the pass.
That took 2.1 seconds. Did you see that Chicago-New York game the other day?
Yeah.
See the end of that?
I saw the end of it.
That was 1/10 of a second? Come on.
Well, it was 1/10 of a second.
And when he pushed the button?
That's right.
It's not the first time there's been a slow clock in that place. Free throw good by Lambier. Chuck Daly beginning to relax, but he's not happy with the way his team finished this game.
Well, if you're Chicago, next time you go to New York, you check the timekeeper. You don't worry about anything else.
125-118. Hardaway, 4-3. Nope. And that'll do it. Final score, Pistons 125, Warriors 118. We'll be back.